For all the marbles. We could also try to destroy all their stuff, which we could, right? Like we could destroy, boom, 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 boom. Don't concede, Yoshi. Let me see it. Let me see it. There we go. Yes, it works. It doesn't kill him, but it works. Right? That's all we really care about. All right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. That was fun. Has a chance to take over state of the game. Does cool combo. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Vito's Mutate deck. And for those of you who don't know what Vito does, 1, wow. 2, it's a 3-mana 1/3. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So a really fun card. And if you didn't know, well, here you go. Here's one of the best cards. And I'll go ahead and wholeheartedly say one of the best cards to come out of M21. It's a fun card. And it's a semi-competitive card. I won't say it's super competitive, but I think that it will have its time in the light, you know? So I hope. Anyways, for 5 mana, you can give all creatures you control lifelink until end of turn, so it can also proc itself, which is really nice. And then on top of that, you have the Mutate package, which of course gives you access to Cup Warden, which has lifelink, whenever you mutate it down, not to mention the fact that it gives you 2 1/1 lifelinking kitty cats, which are potential mutate targets, and you can build those up and get them bigger and whatever. You also have Netheroi, Apex of Death, 5 mana, Death Touch, Lifelinker, Mutate, and you can return any number of target creatures with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Is insane, actually, because Vito only has 1 power, so you're getting to return him immediately, and then you can sort of just return whatever else there. So Netheroi is nice as like a reanimate if you're losing the game and you need a boost pick-me-up little thing, right? But starting down here at the bottom end, we do have a Boreal Grazer. It's great ramp, and it's a great target for your early mutators, right? For your Migratory Greathorns or your Gem Razors or your Insatiable Hemiphasias if you don't hit Vito on turn 3. Obviously, you want to prioritize the Vito and all that, because there is a cool thing where you mutate on top of Vito, right? So it kind of takes away the legendary role, so to speak, because Vito's power is still underneath. And then you play down another Vito, so now every time you're gaining life, you're dealing twice that much damage to your opponent. And then because of this card, Heliod's Intervention, we have it in here as a 2-of. Choose one. You can either destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments, which, yeah, cool, whatever, does come in handy. Or target player gains twice X life. Obviously, you target yourself, so even if you're only paying like 5-6 mana for this, you're gaining 10 life, and then you're dealing that damage twice, which is 20 damage, and you'll see from the matches it's actually really awesome whenever it does happen. So super excited for y'all to see that, and it's honestly not that hard to get a Vito, mutate on top of, and then boom, another Vito, because you have things like Auspicious Derricks, which allow you to get more cards down, get more permanents down. You have Lead the Stampede, which allows you to draw out more of those creatures, right? You have Bond of Flourishing to go diving, find more of those creatures. Speaking of which, Bond of Flourishing, 3 copies, you gain 3 life. You may reveal a permanent from top of your deck. What is it, top 3? Yeah, top 3 cards of the deck. So, you get a good little look-see, and seeing as how we are playing a whole lot of permanents, great. Next up, we have Essence Symbiote, which is really awesome and low-key broke in this deck, right? 2 mana, whenever a creature you control mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and you gain 2 life. Obviously, that with Vito is really great. That, and then you use an Insatiable Hemiphage, so you're dealing damage, gaining life here, and then what can I say? It's a very fun and intricate, or not intricate, but inner working. Is there a better word there? Anyways, Paradise Druid gonna allow you to ramp, gives you a hex-proof creature to actually mutate down onto. That's really key. Lead the Stampede, we already talked about it. Allows you to refill your hands full of creatures. You do reveal them, so keep that in mind. Dirge Bat is going to allow you to destroy target creature or planeswalker whenever it gets mutated onto or does the mutating onto, right? So really awesome effect there. Gem Razor allows you to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Also has Reach and Trample and a stat line of 4/4. What else could you want in a mutator, right? Sorry, I said that and it like reverbed in my mind, and I was like, oh no, that's too funny. Anyways, Migratory Great Horn, you know, you get to mutate it down 3-4, solid stat line, it ramps you up, it does what it's supposed to do, and then we have the Sterix and the Nethroi in the top end. So really, it's an awesome deck, and it's like, if you already love Mutate, then you already have a lot of these cards, and if you already love Vito, then it's kind of simple to build out, honestly. But really big fun with this deck, and it worked a lot more synergistically, if that's a word, than what I thought it would. So once again, I encourage you to watch all the way through the matches, get the pro tips. At the end, I am going to be, you know, giving y'all some more information. I won't say it's super important because I said that in the last video, and hopefully, you know, people saw that video and now more people know. But anyways, I do have some info regarding the channel coming in the deck tech wrap up, so be sure you're watching all the way through to the end if you don't know that already. And yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go and hop right into the games. Fart Mage gonna be our next foe, and I gotta say, what a mature name. Alright, so we'll keep this. Temple of Milady into a Godless, into a Paradise. Sure, sign me up. And then we have all the Mutate to follow. Pelt Collector. You playing aggro on me? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But Pelt Collector generally means mono green or Gruul. Selesnya? Really? Oh, it's Selesnya counters. Ah. I understand. Alright, well, you must know, a lot of me is saying use Migratory Great Horn first and ramp. The other half is saying, no, Chance, use your Gem Razor. If we use Gem Razor, problem is he's gonna be tapped. Use Migratory, won't be tapped. Alright. Over. Obviously over, right? Get us some green mana. This will be fun. Alright, so we're looking for a Vito here. We're looking for... Yikes, that hurts. Luckily we can still defend out here though, right? We just defend against the Pelt Collector if they try. They didn't even want to try. We do have enough to get down the Sterix, but I want to wait until I can get it down and keep my stuff untapped, right? So we're just going to go for the cheeky Gem Razor here. Over. This will get rid of their Stone Cool Serpent. Right. We'll get out another green mana, I guess. And I mean, we could go here. I almost want to save Bond of Flourishing, but Cub Warden. Ooh. Yeah, give me a Cub Warden. All the Mutate. All the Mutate in the world. You know, another card we could actually be playing in this deck, and I don't know why I'm not. Nethroi, right? Just as a one-off. One-off Nethroi to bring all our stuff back in those games where we really need it. Venerated Loxodon gonna be boosting the Pelt Collector up quite a bit. Quite a fucking bit, actually. Alright, Auspicious. Do your thing. What do we hit? No more lands. Our opponent's at 4. We're at 40. I don't need any more lands. Thank you kindly, game. Oh man, that's a big old Pelt Collector, I tell you. It's a one big ass Pelt Collector. So, yikes! Basri's Lieutenant as well. You monster. So crazy idea, actually. We let it happen. Now I can just sacrifice that thing, right? In order to get rid of the Pelt Collector, so. We have 0 more basics. Oh, beautiful. 2 Essence Symbiotes and a fucking Vito. We do have enough to give all of our creatures lifelink. That might be the route we need to go. I'm liking this deck, I gotta say. Being able to give an... oh, our Auspicious already has lifelink. Well, it'd still give lifelink to our Essence Symbiotes in case we do need that last-ditch effort of defense, right? Decent size Stone Cool there, a little 6/6. I don't see them swinging in. They're swinging in with the Belt Collector, really. Interesting. Alright, gain me that life, baby. Ah, come on, game. Alright, well, first things first, you play this down. Give me something good, give me something good. Something good, anything. Another Vito, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Alright, that's fine. We're fighting an uphill battle. We'll get there. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. Another Venerated Loxodon. Well, the nice thing is that means they're not attacking this turn, right? Actually, they might swing in with their Stone Cool. Ooh, ooh. They don't. Beautiful. Do we have the mana? We do. Would I rather have an Insatiable Hemiphage? I don't think so. Do we have the mana? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we do. We do. Give it here. Now there is an option of throwing this down onto the Vito, but I think still under. I don't care so much about the flyer. Alright, then let's kill this one. Beautiful. BEA beautiful. Oh, and we already had flying on the Auspicious, right? Because it goes on. Yoshi. Alright, I'm feeling good about this one. There's no way in the entire fucking world that Yoshi would be a bad guy or girl. I don't actually know what Yoshi is, if I'm being honest. This looks fine. We have Bond of Flourishing, Vito. We have way to mutate onto the Vito. And we get to go first. The true blessing there. We get to go first. Do I want to use Bond of Flourishing before Vito? I think it's fine. I think it'll be fun. I know we had a choice to go for more Mutate there. My thinking is, though, that we're going to want to mutate onto something that isn't Vito. We'll see. Opponent's playing Selesnya life gain. All that glitters. Oh. Well, the nice thing about us having Gem Razor is we can just say, hey, fuck your all that glitters, right? Get out of here with your glittering self. And now we have a reach creature, which can actually do some work. Beautiful. Season of Growth. You hate to see that. Leave it alone. Thankfully, Glass Casket can't hit our Gem Razor, right? That might have been what they had. Oh, if so, I'm so happy. Oh, another Vito. But now that they've sort of hesitated there, I'm a little hesitant. So let's lead the Stampede, see if we can't find some other good stuff. Sterix is good. Sterix is what I would consider good. So let's go ahead and get down a Paradise Druid. I should have played the one that was revealed, right? Right. I'm sorry, everybody. Revitalize. So that's going to give them a... Oh, no, it's not, because they didn't play it on their turn. Nice. Alright, but we have the Sterix. Are we mutating the Sterix onto the Gem Razor? I mean, the only thing I'm really worried about is like a Banishing Light. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, well, I know what we gotta play then. Ah, yes! Alright, we gotta go for the Vito, because now we have 2 Vitos down and an Essence Symbiote, right? And then next turn, if we use Heliod's Intervention, target player gains twice X life. It's 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we gain 10 life. I think that's enough for lethal. So 2 Vitos, we'll see if it gets to double proc the damage. We'll see here and now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I love seeing combos happen. You know, I love seeing the interaction of them. So let's see, can we do it? This is for all the marbles. For all the marbles. We could also try to destroy all their stuff, which we could, right? Like we could destroy, boom, 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 boom. Don't concede, Yoshi. Let me see it. Let me see it. There we go. Yes, it works. It doesn't kill him, but it works. Right? That's all we really care about. Alright. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. That was fun. Has a chance to take over state of the game. Does cool combo. We still have Asterix and other stuff. It will be fine. We'll be fine. I mean, this is gonna gain us 2 life, so it's gonna deal 4 damage there. Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, what? Oh man. GG Yoshi. Thank you for the con game. Illyria? Maybe it's Illyria magic. Either which way, we'll keep this. Solid mana here off the bat, huh? That's fine. Considering we have things like Auspicious Sterix in the deck, I'm fine with this. Cool card art here. I'm a fan of a Johnny, so seeing a Johnny card art is always nice. I'm just a lame-o that has a regular card art. I have other sleeves. I make so many decks that I never can remember to put them on there. Hey, cupboard. Probably gonna shock this land in and mutate this onto the Paradise, then we can mutate cupboard on top of that. Paradise Shred from our foe. Nice. Or we do this because we're risky players. Whatever. I see no source of removal from them so far. You know, they're nothing but green so far, again. I want to get down the Cubwarden first, because then when we mutate the Hemiphage onto the Cubwarden, we get actually more units out of it, right? More cats, so. That was my line of thinking there. Gnarlback Rhino is an interesting one. I do want to swing it with the Cubwarden, but at the same time, having it defend is fine. Alright, so what are we looking for here? Probably just a Vito, right? We have everything we need, we just need the cheeky little Vito. Crawl Harpooner. Well, thank goodness we don't have any flyers, right? Not yet, at least. There's the Essence Symbiote. A little late. Not gonna lie, a little bit late. Maybe we need to lead the Stampede in this deck. Alright. The sound that thing makes is just hilarious. Great place right now. Have you looked at the unicorns? I haven't. I know that MTG Jeff did unicorns right out the bat, and so generally if I know another content creator's like going to be focusing on a topic, I try to steer a little bit clear of it. Well, thankfully that Meteor Golem can't target our cupboard, and so, you know. Yeah, take out our Essence Symbiote. That makes sense. I think we just take this damage. I'm not too worried about where our life total is. It's just a life. Oh, baby. There it is. BEAUT full. Hopefully they don't have too many more Meteor Golems, of course. Alright, so we need like another Insatiable Hemiphage mutate onto the Cubwarden, right? That'd be beautiful. Or an Auspicious Sterix, that'd be nice. Or another land. Lands for days. And days and days and days and No, surely we won't become landlords this game. Surely not. That's not gonna happen to us. We're gonna hit everything we need. We're gonna have a dandy fun time. Next turn, we're gonna hit an Auspicious Sterix, which is then gonna bring out an Essence Symbiote, and then we're gonna draw into an Insatiable Hemiphage, and everything's gonna be dandy. So what? It's a bit far-fetched. Opponent's really thinking hard here. They're not quite certain what they want to do. Hey, eyes off the Vito. Alright, Illiteria Magic. Revealing the top card. It's a Yorvo. Thankfully the cost of that doesn't go down any. And another Harpooner. And that's it. Okay. All you gotta do is hit that resolve button. There we go. We'll get to a certain point where we can just give life gain to all of our creatures and swing in, right? I mean, most of our creatures that can swing in already have it, so. See, that's 5 points of damage if we just swing in. It could be 7. We need more. We need more damage. Yo, what's taking so long? You have one mana. Is it just for the Barcod Troll? Is that what we're waiting on? Ah! Landlords. God damn it. This really makes for some invigorating play, I gotta say. It makes me feel so alive when I draw 3 lands in a row. Alright, come on, shuffle the deck. Give me something good. We're due for some fun stuff. Gargos. That's not good for us, by the way. It's not good for us. And a Leafkin. I'm supposed to be the one with the big board state. What are you doing? Just making things difficult on us. All right. And you hit intern because you don't have anything else to do. Come on. Well, yeah, I guess they could use Nylia, right? 1, 2. No, because Leafkin isn't even. All right, give me something good. All right, GG. I can't take it. My mental health, it's suffering. Way through, first and foremost, if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content, and be sure you're hitting that bell icon that pops out afterwards, as it is really a great way to support the channel for free and gives you the most out of the content that I put out. You get what I'm saying. Comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the video, the deck, you know, anything, honestly. If you're looking for us playing these decks live, you know, sort of behind the scenes action, hop over to twitch.tv/DrSpilkin, drop a follow. And then last but not least, down in the description, if you're looking for a Discord community to join up with that plays Magic the Gathering and in general is, you know, pretty chill, kickback, I recommend you hop down in the description, click that link, it'll send you that way. Now, the information that some of you may have missed, I will be taking a vacation here in the coming weeks. I think it's like a week and a half now. I'll be going away for 2 weeks. I'm going to be trying to get out some different and unique content in that time. So if you enjoy it, please, please, please be sure to like those videos and comment on them and say, hey, yes, more of this content, or hey, this wasn't really relevant, you know, maybe do this next time. Because, you know, I'm trying new stuff and it only works if I know everybody's response. So if you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy the new content, be sure you're leaving a like, be sure you're leaving a comment, and let me know, because if there's not enough support, then, you know, I gotta scrap the idea and move on to something that a lot of people do enjoy, because I enjoy making decks and playing decks daily. That's something I've realized that I can do on the channel and have a good time with. But that doesn't mean I don't want to do other content. So, you know, I'm testing other things out, bringing in other content creators, all that great stuff. Now, the part you've all really been waiting for, the deck wrap up, right? So the other cards you can play in this deck to make it better, worse, and when I say worse, I mean more janky and fun, right? And when I say better, I mean more competitive, so whatever. Make it more your style, right? Maybe you're missing some cards, you need some replacements. This is the place to go. So with Johnny's Pride Mate, obviously, if you're building a life gain deck, how can you forget this card? It's only an uncommon, it's a 2/2, and you gain +1/+1 counter whenever you gain life. Yeah, it's easy, right? It's easy. And you mutate down onto it, and you just keep getting to build counters. It's a fun card. Obviously, you can't play a Vito deck without mentioning the Revival Revenge combo. Obviously, Revenge, 6 mana, double your life total. Target opponent loses half their life total, rounded up. So if you have 20 life, if you double it, it's 40. You're going to deal 40 if you have, or sorry, you're going to deal 20 if you have a Vito down, 40 if you have 2 Vitos down, right? So crazy little combo there. Angel of Vitality is actually really key. Not key, but really pog, hidden, whatever you want to call it, right? She's really covered up in this deck, and I didn't think of her until I was going through, you know, re-examining cards and thinking about what other cards could be played. But think about it, 3 mana, 2/2, whenever you gain life, you gain that much +1, so automatically with Vito, you're dealing 1 extra damage every time you gain life. Not to mention, you can mutate onto her, and she has flying, she gets extra 2/2 stats as long as you have 25 or more life. All in all, for 3 mana and being an uncommon, really good. Now, she does rotate out, so if you're someone that's hurting on uncommons a little bit, you know, maybe not, but all in all, still fun card, awesome addition to the deck, we'll say. Light of Promise, 3 mana, enchanted creature has, whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. Obviously, that's really good if you're leaning into the Heliod's Intervention and the Revival Revenge and the Hemiphages and the Cub Wardens, you know. This is pretty much where you want to be. Glowstone Recluse can actually be really good given you have things like Cub Warden and you kind of want them to be big when they're swinging in, since they have lifelink and they're probably going to have your Vito tucked in there somewhere, right? So glowstone, it's cheap. That's why I put it in here for the most part. But it also gives you a reach creature. So if you don't like playing flyers, you know, here's a way where you can still deal with flyers and not have flyers on your side of the board, whatever. If you don't have Vito, but you still like the idea of the deck and you still want to play it and you just don't want to shell out the rares, here's an uncommon that comes from M21 as well. It can be mutated down onto. It still costs 3 mana, and it does have lifelink in itself, so that's kind of a boost there. It also has flying in itself, so, you know, kind of good there. But it reads, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life. So it's kind of capped out at 3, but, you know, it's still a similar effect, and it can still be very, very fun, especially in a deck like this where if you don't want to dive into life gain, you don't have to dive into it. You know, you can take up 3 points of life. You can get down an insatiable invasion, deal 3 points of life right there, right? Mutate 2 creatures with a symbiote, or use a, you get the point. It can be played and not that expensive is what I'm saying. Death's Oasis, I thought this was an interesting card, given if your 4 mana, your 4 CMC creature dies and you have a Vito in the graveyard, you can bring your Vito back at least, right? That sounds kind of cool. Same thing with your Nethroids and all that. You can bring back your Cub Wardens or your Insatiable Invasions or your Batras. So that's kind of cool. Not to mention the fact that for 1 mana, you can sacrifice it and you get to gain life equal to the greatest converted mana cost among creatures you control. So generally that'll be your Auspicious Hysterics, which will be 5, which doesn't seem that great, but given it's already returning creatures to your hands, so you're getting card advantage there. Costing 1 mana to deal that last little bit of damage with your Vito, and especially if you have 2 Vitos down and now it's 10 points of damage, that's really good for 1 mana and the fact that you've gotten card advantage off of it, right? Moving this down, if you're looking to play more into Mutate, obviously there's options you can go. Huntmaster Liger is pretty good, as it will boost up all the Cub Warden tokens that you get along the side, and you know, all the other creatures that you didn't mutate onto and make really big. Another really good one is Majestic Auricorn, right? You wouldn't think about it generally, but you can mutate down for 4 mana. It has Vigilance, and it reads whenever this creature mutates, you gain 4 life. So automatically for Vito, that's fantastic, right? And if you're not playing Vito, if you're playing the Indulging Patrician, you know, 4 life, it hits the 3 life mark, so whatever. If you're looking for a cheeky and cheap removal card, or removal, protection from aggro, I don't know why I said removal, it's nowhere even in the ballpark. 4 mana, Revenge of Ravens, it's an awesome card with Vito. So it reads, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And you guessed it, if you have a Vito down, when you gain that life, you're actually going to deal another point of damage. So for every creature they swing in with, they're taking 2 points of damage and you're gaining 1 point of life. So they really got to weigh whether or not it's worth it. You get 2 of these bad boys down and 2 Vitos, and they pretty much can't attack you at all, which is you know, awesome in theory, but a little bit harder in practicality. Speaking of awesome in theory, Deathless Knight, 4 mana for this 4/2 with haste. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, return Deathless Knight from your graveyard to your hand. The cool thing about this is it has haste. You're already playing a life gain deck, and it can be mutated down onto. So if you get board wiped, which you will, this is a pretty good card, right? You just turn around and gain some life with something like Bond of Flourishing, return it to your hand and play it back down. Boom, you got a 4/2 with haste. Finish them out. Majestic Auricorn we talked about. Obviously, you can't forget Elder Gargaroth in an Abzan deck, talking about gaining life and mutating and all that good stuff. It's 5 mana. You can gain 3 life here, so again, it procs the Indulging Patrician, and obviously it works well with the Vito. But you can also create a whole little army that you can mutate down onto. You can draw cards. It has Reach, Vigilance, Trample. So mutating down onto it and then just putting the creature behind it to give it lifelink like Cub Warden. You know, it's really good. But at the same time, it's mythic, and you can't expect everybody to go out and spend mythic cards just for the, you know, shits and giggles of it. But it's fun if you got it, right? Tolsimir, this is a really fun one that a lot of people may not be thinking of because it's a little bit old, and that's why if you don't have it, I don't recommend you go picking it up. But if you do have it, it's something to be thought about, pondered upon, if you will. So you get down an Elf Scout, you also get down a 3/3 Wolf. The nice thing is this is 2 creatures that you can mutate onto, right? 2 separate ones. Not to mention the fact that you get to gain 3 life, and the wolf gets to fight something whenever it enters the battlefield, meaning you could gain life, gain 2 creatures, and have a removal for 5 mana. you know, it's pretty good. Next up, we have Bolas the Citadel. Since this is a Mutate deck with Sterix, obviously your chances of getting Bolas the Citadel down with Sterix, you know, they're there. Not to mention the fact if you have Bolas the Citadel down, it makes getting your Sterix easier. So they kind of play hand in hand with one another. So if you want to throw in 1 copy, 2 copies, whatever, go for it. Equally so, kind of along more so with the Vito, the Great Hinge. It doesn't really get too cheap here because, you know, you're only having the Gem Razor and really the Sterix, maybe Nethroi. If you have Essence, you know what, it can get kind of cheap. It's just, it can also be very expensive if you only have things like Essence Symbiote, Paradise Druid, Boreal Grazer, Vito, right? Your lower end stuff, then it's still going to cost a whole lot. But the nice thing is you can tap it every turn, gain 2 extra mana, gain 2 life, put a +1/+1 counter on creatures whenever they enter battlefield, and draw a card. You know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, that is gonna do it for the deck tech wrap up. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you're finding value in these deck tech wrap ups, as they do take me a little bit of time to piece together so many different routes that people can go blah blah blah. Both cheaper, more fun, more competitive. You know, I really try to help everybody of all sorts in these deck tech wrap ups, which is why sometimes they run a little bit long, but I want everybody to know that any of the decks that I play, there's always some permutation or combination to where you can play it as well. And sure, it may look a little bit different, but it's the idea of the deck that really matters at the end of the day. So thanks everybody once again for watching. Hopefully y'all don't hear the oven timer for the pizza that's been thrown in, but I really do appreciate the support. As far as the vacation goes, you know, I'm super excited, both for the content and for taking a little mini vacation from both jobs for a little while. Anyways, keep being awesome. As always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.